I said it already. The big news. J.J. Watt signed somewhere finally. He is officially an Arizona Cardinal. And I don't know about any of y'all listening. That came as a shock to me. I know Denver was definitely surprised. I think most people, outside of probably J.J. Watt's inner circle, had no clue this was coming.
Can I start?
Oh, absolutely.
What a fucking piss baby move.
Whoa.
All right. Look, I did not like this move from the as soon as it broke. I was like, really? The Cardinals? Why? Why are you going to the Cardinals? I want to go win for a championship, he says. I think it's time for me to move on. Go somewhere that's a contender, he says. And then signs with like the third or fourth best team annually in a division because of money. $23 million for a 10-year like veteran who's on the downside of his career. I know when you look at a picture of the Arizona defense now, it's like Isaiah Simmons, Budda Baker, Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, Pat Pete. Okay, yeah, it's big names, but like Pat Pete hasn't done anything in like 2 years. Okay, Isaiah Simmons is a second-year player. Chandler Jones is actually really good. It infuriates me that it's like I need to go somewhere that is a championship contender. You're really telling me the Cardinals are the best team in the NFC? Is it West? The NFC West? Get out of here. It's not. They said, here, we're guaranteeing you $23 million. And he said, all right, I'll take $23 million over 2 years. Then I can retire, sit at home, make more Subway commercials with my family because that's what I do now. This man has more Subway commercials than he does. He has playoff wins. You know that? Look, J.J. Watt's good. He's good. He was great. But you're not going to win a championship in Arizona, buddy. I don't know who told you, who in your little inner circle said, hey, go to Arizona. They have a shorter than average quarterback there. They have, I don't even know if Larry Fitzgerald is still playing. He's been in the league for 100 years. I don't know who told him what, but he said, what about the Packers? What about Tampa? They just won a championship. Nah, Arizona's where I'm going to go. I'm going to win a championship in Arizona. Get the fuck out of here. You go.
Who took Denver and replaced him with Skip Bayless? Where's my co-host?
Here. Get the hell out of here. I am not skipping. You know I'm right. It doesn't make a lick sense to go to Arizona.
In all seriousness, I do think you have a considerable point in the fact that if he wants to win a championship, I think the Cardinals have like the pieces, but this is definitely the path of most resistance. There's pretty much no doubt about that. Maybe the only other place you could have gone where your road would be even remotely this difficult is either Cleveland or Pittsburgh, one of those two AFC North teams. That that division is also traditionally difficult. The Browns are up now, and the Bengals look to be trending up, but I don't think anyone disputes that. At least recently, week to week, the NFC West has been probably the best division in football. And so the Cardinals finished third this last year, and if the 49ers get back to the way they do, like they'll be competing their butts off, right? It's the Rams, in my opinion, got better. I know we talked about that in the Stafford Goff trade episode. So the Rams are going to be back. The Seahawks probably will be there as long as Russ doesn't jump off. I'd expect the 49ers to compete again. Even this year was a down year for them, and they competed. And then the Cardinals, honestly, they kind of blew it this year. The Cardinals should have been a playoff team, in my opinion. They just kind of dropped the ball those last couple of weeks. So is he going to a bad team? No. But if his sole goal is actually to win a championship, he probably didn't make the smartest move, I guess, is the way I'll put it.
Look, 2 comments out of there. 1, don't put words in my mouth. Matthew Stafford and the Rams are going to be garbage this year. And two, the Cardinals didn't make the playoffs because of the Bears last year, so thank God for the Bears. But you're right. He took the most difficult route maybe possible. Like you said, the NFC North is the AFC North is a pretty strong conference here too. I seriously don't think it's a smart move. If he was really thinking about a championship, he would have gone to maybe somewhere like Green Bay, or Tampa. I don't know. I don't know what the salary caps look like. I'm not personally involved in that. And maybe that wouldn't have worked out salary cap wise and what he was looking for money wise. But it seriously doesn't make sense to me that the Browns, I'm pretty sure the Browns had offered. I saw a report that the Browns offered him more money. And
yeah, I'll throw that up on the screen real quick. The deal J.J. Watt signed with the Cardinals was not the most he was offered. The Cleveland Browns and Indianapolis Colts each offered more money, and Tennessee's offer was very similar to the money that he got to go to Arizona.
See, Tennessee, I mean, I guess he would want to maybe go there. The Colts make sense. The Colts could be looking up possibly this year. But, like, the Browns are probably his best bet as they are a trending up team.
I disagree. I think there was one place that was probably even better than Cleveland, but we'll get there in a sec.
See, Cleveland would have been personally mine. I know they still would have to go through Kansas City in the playoffs. But, I mean, it's more competitive. Honestly, I'm disappointed in J.J. Watt. That doesn't mean I don't have respect for him as a player and what he's done on the field. But you told the Texans, you told your fans, that you want to go somewhere where you can win a championship, and this just is not it. So.
See, I'll defend him a little bit there. Like I said, I think the Cardinals have the pieces that they can be one of the teams in the conversation, right? I almost respect him more for not straight up ring hunting, if that makes sense. Like, he didn't just, if he was truly in it for just the championship, I think we both agree that he'd have jumped and gone instantly to probably Tampa Bay. I think they had the cap room to make a move on him. They're the defending world champions. It still looks like Brady has a lot left in the tank, et cetera, et cetera. We've been there and talked about that before. So he probably would have just done that. He's going somewhere that has the potential, and he's going to try to make a run and kind of build something. And so that I can definitely respect. What I found interesting about this whole thing, unless you have something indirect response. So, I'm big into the sports betting scene. The guys at PointsBet USA allowed fans to bet on where J.J. Watt would go. They gave the options of Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Baltimore, Chicago, Dallas, New England, Buffalo, Miami, Cleveland, and Tennessee. Arizona was not one of the teams even on the board. Which is why, even the dudes who are paid to, kind of swindle a little bit and know what's going on, they had no clue. So kudos to him on keeping this in the dark, I guess. That's kind of a rarity nowadays, but.
Wouldn't you, like, if I was you'd probably lose a lot of money if you threw, like, every team on the board, because, like, some of those teams are completely out of reach. Like, but let me tell you, I was not expecting Arizona. I'm still not. Like, if you look at those teams on that list, Pittsburgh, Tampa, Green Bay, Baltimore, like, Buffalo. Buffalo is probably the team, honestly, probably better than Cleveland for him to go
That's
to.
what I was thinking. Is I think if Buffalo could have signed him, I was kind of hoping he would go to Buffalo. And with that, look at this. This is perfect. We're not on best of Twitter or tweets of the week, but just
Yeah, I saw this. That was great.
for those only listening, it's a tweet from the NFL memes account, and it says J.J. Watt to the Buffalo Bit, and then the picture is DeAndre Hopkins making his Hail Mary grab in triple coverage against the Bills this year, and the ball is J.J. Watt. It's just a fun little meme for you on a Wednesday. But yeah, overall, I think you and I differ slightly in the fact that I do think he has definitely, I think we can agree on this at least. He definitely has a better chance of winning a championship in Arizona than he ever did in Houston.
Yeah, I could agree
And
with
so
that.
for that, like he accomplished his goal of moving to a team that's at least capable of winning a title, but I think again we both agree that it's going to be very difficult. He picked a team not only probably in the stronger overall conference at the moment, but in the best division in that conference. So, I mean, obviously, only time will tell. Maybe J.J. Watt and the boys will prove us wrong, but for now, it seems. I'm not gonna say it's a dumb move, but it's a puzzling move.
Dumb move,
Denver out
personally.
here with the
Personally.
Skip Bayless hot takes.
No, it's
We're
not a
gonna.
hot take. The Cardinals aren't good.
What do you
Like they
mean they're
have, you're
not
right.
good?
They have the pieces, like you say, but it's just not there yet. If it was there,
If Kyler
they would
Murray
make
doesn't
more.
get hurt, they're a 10-win football team.
Kyler Murray's gonna get hurt every year. Kyler Murray's the new Russell Wilson. He's gonna have to run out of the pocket every fucking game 100 times to throw off that ball. Like
The
look,
difference is Kyler Murray kind of wants to do that, and Russell Wilson doesn't. Like they're both capable, but one that's Kyler Murray's game. Like
I just don't see it. If they come out and make the playoffs next year, I'll come back to this podcast and I'll say, hey, I was wrong. Good for J.J. Watt. He went to a playoff team at least. So I'll give him that.
I'd have a hard time thinking that they don't go to the playoffs. To be honest,
It's the Bears, man. The Bears are going to knock him out again 2 years in a row.
I
The
mean,
Bears shouldn't have made the
unless
playoffs.
Trubisky actually plays consistent, the Bears probably won't be back. The
We're going
Saints
to trade for Russell Wilson.
the Saints don't look like they're 100% ready to stay at the level that they are, so they are probably going to take a significant step back if Drew Brees doesn't return. That's obviously contingent upon that fact. We'll talk about this, I'm sure, when NFL season comes back around. This is kind of way too far out to accurately predict, but for now, J.J. Watt to the Cardinals. I say slightly upward move and emphasis on slightly. And Denver already said bad move. Would you like to end with any other hot take, or shall we move on?
Yeah, here's my last hot take. Out of a 10 rating, I give it like a 3.
I think I'd give it like
That,
between a 5.5 and a 6.5, depending on the day.